Hey everyone, welcome back to Dev Parkour. I'm Brian Parks, and in this video I want to talk about something that has come up actually at work a couple times, and this is the subject of pull requests or merge requests and doing code reviews. This is going to be a two-part video. So today we'll talk about part one, and tomorrow I'll talk about part two. In part one, I'm going to talk about if you're just a solo developer and you're not working with a team of developers, why do code reviews, or how do you do code reviews? So this is actually something that I do. I do, in fact, on my side projects. Even when I'm the only developer, I do create a merge request. I'm using GitLab, so they're called merge requests. I do create a merge request for all the code that I'm going to put into my trunk branch, my main branch. And the reason that I do that is just kind of as an additional sanity check. Not necessarily safety check, but sanity check. Obviously, the code that's running on my local machine, I know that it works, at least to the extent that I've tested it. Again, typically on these projects, I don't have a QA staff or anything like that. So it's just me, and for whatever I have tested, I know that the software works. But it's always good to see that the changes that I thought I was making are the changes that I'm actually making and actually merging into master. And I have actually caught issues that way. I have found places where I've, maybe changed a conditional just to force a particular branch to happen. And because I wrote the code over a couple days, I forgot that I did it on day one and didn't undo it on day 2 or 3. So seeing it in the merge request reminds me, oh yeah, I have to go back and take out that conditional, that debugging thing that I did. Another thing is to make sure that you're not adding any extra files that you don't really want to be adding, binaries or the results of the build process, that sort of thing. Those are things that you don't necessarily want to be including in your commit. So it's good to see those in an MR as well. Aside from that, I really do look at, I look critically at the code that I've written and make sure that for every chunk of code, do I remember why I made the change? Does the change make sense? Is it in the spirit of the ticket that I'm trying to accomplish, or the feature that I'm trying to add? And does it look like it actually does what I think it does? And in that way, it's kind of like looking at something from a different perspective. So the code absolutely looks one way when you're in it, when you're writing the code, when you're actually implementing the feature. But then when you look at it from the perspective of how did this change from what was there before, somehow it just looks completely different, or it looks like you're looking at it from a different perspective, and it really helps to highlight some of the the code smells that you might be introducing, or maybe the opportunities to refactor, or even potential bugs. I found things that would have been bugs that way. I look at an if statement and realize that it was not some condition before, and in my revised version it says or yes, that condition, and that's a bug waiting to happen. So then I can go back and review it, rewrite that piece of code. I have even commented on my own merge requests. I use that kind of as a checklist. So I really do treat it as if I as one persona, I write the code, and then as a different persona, I review the code to try to get the benefit from that two people looking at it perspective, even if I'm the only person working on the project. So to sum up, yes, I absolutely think MRs are valuable, even code reviews are valuable, even if you are the only person working on a project, even if you are the one who reviews your own code. The key is have some way of looking at it that makes it look different to you, that kind of forces you into this alternate perspective, like a merge request or a pull request showing the diff between your main branch and the changes that you've made. So hopefully that was helpful. Tomorrow I'll talk about what to look for when you're reviewing other people's code, or when you're asking someone to review your code, the sorts of things to look for in a reviewer. So hopefully that'll be a fun one. Be sure to join me tomorrow by clicking the subscribe button and click the notification bell to be reminded when that video actually gets released. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Comment below if you have any other thoughts, or if you have any questions you want me to talk about in some of these kind of informal chats. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.